Party people. Now, if you paid attention to the chat commentary and all the levels I posted, you probably had a wonderful time the last few days. Now, I just want to say again, I posted this, okay, and now we're going to start painting out leg number 2 of this massive inverted head and shoulders. I'm showing it on SPX. All right, this is then the big question mark because that gap is right there, just so you see. Okay, we filled the lower gap. Now, yesterday when we filled the gap, I said in the chat, I said, look, this is where you want to buy the dip, right? That's when I took my swing. But I also said I don't trust this market because we haven't, none of us have traded, well, you veterans have, but I haven't traded with the 10-year yield this high. And I know that if this bottom holds, I know the roadmap. This is the roadmap, okay? I also told you today what the SPY range, SPX range was. I said 4,268 was the high and 4,208 was the low. We came 8 points shy of the low and the high hit on the money right there. So when I post the range inside of the chat each morning and on Monday the weeklies, write it down, take note of it, okay? They're not just thrown together. So the range worked perfectly today. Now there's an interesting setup here and I will show you. So this is, I'm going to be referring to the big inverted head and shoulders, and then I am going to be also referring to the smaller one. Now, as you can see, it is very choppy. Now tomorrow there's a specific level that we want to hold. There's a few of them. And we can come down here. Okay, yes, is it super bullish that we closed above the roadmap and the trend line? Yes. Extremely wonderful. See the 89 and see where it is. All right, so you want this to hold here. The lowest you want it to go is the low of today. So under that, that's a short. Okay, so how do I see this panning out? Well, the swing, I think yesterday, I think it hit 91%, and I sold half of it. Why? Because I would like this fair value gap to fill tomorrow on jobs, hold the 21 or the 89, and then rocket. Okay, we have a possibility to hit this high by Friday. Now remember, I have a turning day on Friday. What does that mean? Well, wouldn't it be awesome to come here close to the 89 here, hit that level Friday into close, then work ourselves down, CPI, boom. Now this is the most, it's almost too obvious. So we've seen a few times this year when we have an inverted head and shoulder and it comes up here, like Doug knows what I'm talking about, that it doesn't do this leg, it keeps going. And it is a possibility once we get here, especially if we get here before CPI, people are gonna start piling into shorts, that it just keeps going. The market needs it, and the I'm gonna paint in option 2, which is kind of like, let's make it orange, with the complete failure, kind of like that. Okay, But I'm this has been tracking so nice. I'm really proud of um, calling the bottom yesterday. I mean, you saw on Twitter everywhere, everybody was saying the world's ending, and then we had this small rally and retook the trend line. Now, uh, if either pan out, I am not gonna put this past a double bottom. Okay, it's still a bullish pattern. As you see, what happens when it does this, it'll go. Uh, but I do think that maybe a false breakdown, a bear trap, or that trend line down to this level will suffice. But I would personally, I would love a actual double bottom, but we might not get it. This might be the double bottom with the fake breakdown. Okay, so I'll be monitoring this very, very closely for you. I don't know why this keeps doing this. Annoying. Now, KRE, I said in the chat today, watch it reclaim 40, and that it did, and that is great news. And obviously, Bank of America did the same. It is looking like QQQ does not want. Sorry, I restarted my computer today. I had it shut off. That's why it's doing this. I haven't really traced QQQ too much here. I'm going to take a look at it tonight, but I do like the flora that it's building here. Maybe up, maybe the road is up to there for another. I don't know. We got these massive trend lines here. QQQ is kind of its own thing. I'm gonna stick to SPX levels and playing SPY and QQQ off of it. It just makes pattern wise more sense than QQQ since it's being pumped so heavy. But as I told you yesterday, they were buying dark pool all day yesterday, and that is why obviously we had the rally today. Now tomorrow we got jobs. I would keep an eye on a gap down, and I will post the levels in the morning, and just seeing how they kind of sold that off there, but it's still holding yesterday's levels here. I would love, this market has been so freaking choppy, as you know. That's why we've been chilling. There's gonna be a secondary buying opportunity for this leg of the rally, whether it's the 89 on QQQ or the 21. So watch those tomorrow. And SPY, the same thing, right? Let's pull up SPY. Why is it important to wait for confirmation? Because you can jump in early, you can use all your firepower, and then it retraces, and then it goes again. So we've been having this W pattern every day, like these highs and lows, higher high, lower low. But as long as this keeps going, this has a good chance of going all the way to Friday. So tomorrow I'll be looking at buying the 89 on the 10-minute. We'll see. We'll see what jobs do. But today what did we hit? We hit 425. So my target of 428 on Thursday or Friday is not. I know yesterday when I said it, when we were down here at 420, I probably looked like a maniac or a Democrat. I squeezed that in nicely. I probably looked a little silly in the chat when I said that 428 could print, but now you see it, okay? And I also said yesterday how the Namo still looked pretty decent, and still does. Obviously, I was averting the spike today, and also kind of wanted to see, you don't need to trade every day. we traded so much this last year that sometimes you need to recharge and the market doesn't go anywhere. And a great example of it is literally this. Let me show it to you. If let's take SPY. If you bought calls, whether they're 1 DTE or 0 DTE today early, and you decided to hold on to it, okay, let's say you bought at the beginning and so you got killed a few times, first of all, and you're better off snagging it right there off the 21, boom. And zooming in here, keep an eye on this new 1 hour trend line, because clearly that is something. And I know this is the roadmap, don't worry too much about that, but we want this trend line, we want to buy this trend line tomorrow. Okay, now economic calendar tomorrow. What do we got today? We had Fed speakers and blah 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 blah. We got some data, some European data Thursday. All right, we got initial jobs claims. Okay, market's gonna want that to come in high. Got Mr. We got Canada data. We got ECB speakers. This interests me, Daly and the bar. And then we got the mortgage rate. Then we got Japanese data. But again, the market really wants this Friday. Now, it's forecast to come in very low. And if it does, the market's gonna go nuts on Friday. Now, if it does go nuts and we end up here, you can either wait for Monday to see if we do this. Wednesday is the day, is the deciding day of the market. Not only do you have the speaker thing probably after hours, you also have CPI. Okay, wonderful. Let's look at the Dixie. We want the Dixie to absolutely eat crap very, very soon for this head and shoulder to play out. It might not. Let's just move these so that we kind of get the symmetry. Let's put us there. All right. Still kind of tracking. Good. Held on to that. Once it loses the 89, it's done. Keep an eye on the 1 hour 89 tomorrow. I am going to put an alert here. And if that fires, it's party time. Tesla, insane move today. Holy smokes. I mean, if you bought the dip or closed yesterday or even open today, you were rocking and rolling. So watch for a retrace. Clearly money is going into it by the 21. Boom. Okay. Oil, I posted in the chat today, if oil loses 86, market's gonna love it, or tick rather. And what happened? Just saying, I'm not talking out of my baboon you know what all the time. These things actually work. 10-year was hot last night. Holy moly, 4.8 came down nicely. Nice slap job. Needs way more slapping. Would love a head and shoulders here. Keep monitoring it. The loss of the 89 would be monumental. Keep watching this because you know, something's still going on over there. And besides that, I'll be on tomorrow and I will be on Friday. And market risk still very much elevated though. It's still at 314, so we're not out of the woods here. but the market desperately needs a little bit of a pumpy. And we've come down a lot. So small up, then here you can even see an inverted head and shoulders here. Then come down and test this trend line again before moving all the way up to here. So this leg we're playing now, the big money is gonna be caught on the last leg. We're still going up, then possibly down, if not up. There's plenty of moves to catch here, so don't get your bootstraps twisted. All right, love yourself, love your family. See you on the train tomorrow.